Welcome to Authors' Ideas Questions and Answers, a production of MJR Productions and JR Global. These podcasts feature ideas and conversations with Mahesh Joshi and JR Klein. Both are established business leaders, with expertise recognized worldwide. As co-authors of several books on global business, they present observations and practical ideas on leadership, this age of transformation, and the interrelated nature of the planet. Our current series is on leaders in a world filled with challenges and revolutionary changes. Conversations will focus on the second book in the Global Business series released by Oxford University Press, Global Business in the Age of Transformation. Klein and Joshi authored this book to examine the complexities and pressures of rapid change and present simple solutions that can help stay relevant even as the ground continues to shift. Let's look at today's questions. The conversation in your book reminds us that change issues are not that different than they have always been. In a world that seems to change explosively, how can you say that there is no difference?
The question talks about the character of diversity. It's really the essence of this for leadership. It's building an inclusive character. First, leaders must be students of diversity. If a leader lacks a sense or appreciation or understanding of diversity, they have a very low probability of success. If the space in which leaders cultivate their skill is limited to the comfort of their environment, then the view of any other culture or market diversity becomes detrimental. Leaders who have had exposure to multiple geographies, often representing unknown or uncomfortable values, are more equipped to make valid choices. Being a successful leader of a diverse organization requires the prerequisite of having tasted diversity. Leadership should be based on the principle of bridging and integrating differences. Leadership needs to suspend judgment, listen for common values, and seek palatable solutions. This means being willing to nurture and value differences that exist between ages and across cultures. The idea of building a trust framework is what any good diversity leader must think about and spend some introspective time. The idea of building a trusted framework is what any good diversity leader must think about. How a leader fosters trust between diverse cultures, trust frameworks, is today's sort of emblematic predicator of success. Diverse leaders need to be chancellors of change. Most people form trust based on face-to-face interactions that might have something to do with virtual clues. In this world of technology, communication channels, more innovative strategies are needed. Statistics indicate that the cost of business rises when people don't trust each other. A chancellor of change has the role of clarifying and aligning priorities, aligning the best people fit, establishing factual, formal, and informational processes of disseminating that information. Building an environment of conversation rather than prescription is enabled by talking to people rather than to problems. It operates from the character position that accepts the value of people. It allows people to think for themselves, which means allowing them to fail and learn from it. Leaders also must be malcontents of mediocrity. They must be driven toward performance rather than control. The conversation must be, bring me back a solution instead of do this. Allocation of autonomy is an empowering tool, while prescriptive control tends to stifle innovation and squash motivation. This leadership shares accountability rather than being the person behind the curtain driving the performance. When people understand that they are valued, they tend to be more valuable. The malcontent of mediocrity understands that none of us is better than any of us, and none of us is smarter than all of us, and understands that high performance is important. Leaders also need to be curators of the creative. People have value within their frame of reference, and therefore all people have the ability to present value to those who do not share their frame. A curator of the creative provides a leadership style that quietly teaches critical thinking by coaching, not cajoling. Leaders build the capacity of the culture by opening the values of individual to benefit the many. Leaders must be continual connectors. They cannot see the world through rose-colored glasses. They must see in 4 dimensions, recognizing the value of diversity, always listening, empowering, respecting, and including relearning again and again and again. They must connect and not tear apart, exhibiting behavior worthy of trust.
Thank you for joining us. We look forward to continuing the conversation. If you are interested in more about the significant changes in the world, watch for Global Business in the Age of Distraction and Destruction, scheduled for release from Oxford University Press in June of 2022. If you want to contact us, email info@jrglobal.co.